Hello everybody and welcome back to Carpathian Countryside. We have made it all the way to the first half of June. And it is now harvest season. Welcome Farmer G, Snowman, Sipper, and Razdak. How you guys doing tonight? And anybody that not reference, these stickers are bestest comment. All I can say is Goonies for the win. Sherry, good evening. Sorry to miss you yesterday, but just was not going to work out with our schedule. Tookie, you know who this is. Been a while, but not that long. Another day indeed. In fact, preload is just one day around the corner, from what I understand. Early access gameplay is going to be supposedly what, the 30th? 31st, sorry. If you are in the Discord, I created a new Starfield channel and linked to it from General. We've had a graphic for when you're going to be able to play for early access as well as normal access. And that'll be the channel for General Starfield chat. Twix dipped in peanut butter, then rolled around in Reese's Pieces. Uh-huh. I raise you with that. Because while this channel does focus on farm sim, it's not the only thing that strikes interest. Not by the furthest stretch of the imagination. But I did do off camera, we had the contract for Field 8. I finished that. Or Field 7. So yeah. Yeah, we had the contract for Field 8. I did this contract for Barley. Done. Now we're working over here. Field 15. Nearly done that one. And what we all need to decide is that enough? Or do we need to do another contract on Field 24? I'll leave that up to you guys. Once we get into the main show. What is up, Robert? What is up? Schultz is here. Schultz's new building is also out over the Giants Mod Hub. That released last Friday. Love to know what you all think of that. I heard it's got 2 or 3 downloads. Tuki, my guess is Darlene didn't make him anything for dinner, so he's able to show up a little earlier. Well, that'll be cool. That'd be cool to be able to wear that and publish it over on the Discord so others can can wear it. Then we can take off our Case IH gear. PAX West is also this week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Anybody on the West Coast? Anybody in Washington State specifically? You head up to Seattle and check out PAX West. Giant Software will be there with a booth, and from what I understand, you might get the ability to play Early Access Premium Edition. That alone might be worth the trip to check that out a little early. Maybe they'll even have the that equipment bundle that we've been talking about. Apparently it was at Gamescom. So some folks have had a chance to use it. Nostalgic, long time no see. How's it going? Whoa, back up the truck. And no, Schultz, we're not going to run out of fuel. Jelly boy, thank you. Thank you so much. Glad you're enjoying it. But we haven't even started the real deal yet. We're still just getting this show warmed up. What's in taco pizza? What is in it? And why on earth would you want to eat it? Is it Taco Pizza Supreme? So it's meat, cheese, tomatoes, guacamole, sour cream, a little salsa. What else is in one? Well, I would agree that guac is disgusting if you put ranch on it. Just don't put ranch on it. Then it's pretty good. Some of our fields over here, and we're sitting at $15,000. That's because I bought another solar panel array. Meat, cheese, corn, tomatoes, onion, sour cream, hot sauce, thin crust, taco seasoning. It just never ends. Well, it's not taco salad pizza. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our Carpathian countryside gameplay. We are working our way through year 3. Heck, we might even be in year 4 at this point. It is the 1st of June. And we are harvesting barley. This is our second barley contract. We did not have a chance to plant barley, but we need barley for our pig food. So we are hoping that we have enough barley after this contract. I will leave it up to you all. Tell me if we do or don't have enough, because if we don't, well, there's one more barley field to do a contract on. If we do, well, then we can move on to bigger and better things. How's everybody's fine Tuesday evening? During the pre-show, we were chatting it up about Starfield. That is coming out very, very soon. Preload on Xbox is already available. Preload on Steam tomorrow, from what I understand. Early access Thursday, from what I understand. Regular access, I believe it's the 5th. 5th or 6th. I don't know. I put a graphic in the Discord. Exclamation Discord if you are not a member. Let me know, are you going to be Starfielding? The plan is to be Starfielding on the channel. Once normal release happens, I did not pay for early access. If all goes well, we're going to start our Starfield experience from the absolute beginning on stream. I have no idea what it's going to start out like. It's going to be kind of a cinematic start, or what? We're going to all figure it out together. How about refried beans on your taco pizza? Tonight I had a classic brown beans and rice. The wife was talking about making some cupcake lasagna. Basically lasagna that you make in a cupcake tin, and use some sort of really thin dough as the basis, and then you layer up your cheese and sauce in the tin, and you bake a bunch of little cupcake lasagnas. Modded BG3. What kind of mods do they have for BG3? I'm in the Underdark. And there's a whole lot going on down in the Underdark. Faster XP, I'm still in Act 1 and I'm level 6. You only get up to level 12. I've been watching a guy on the internet, his playthrough. He did the mountain pass. I'm in the Underdark. This mountain pass is making me want to go back after I do the Underdark and do the mountain pass just for the loot. Mojo, Jojo. Glad to be back. Took a couple days off because we just didn't have the time to get everything done. Does modded prevent you from multiplayer? How does that work? Or do you mod the game save? Okay. So, yeah, it's like a save game editor then. Scooter's Workbench, good evening. Good evening. Oh. Well, you know, Raz, it's best not to try to force it. If it's just not working out for you, there's plenty of other fish in that sea of maps. Over 270. Just in my playlist alone. And Scooter's kind of hit the nail on the coffin there. Just wait until it makes its way to console, then it'll be way in everyone's face. Because then the creators that didn't have access to it, because their console creators will jump on it. Creators who, for whatever reason, haven't done their gameplay on it yet, will jump on it because then it's out on console, and they'll be counting on the console viewership to bolster their videos. Yeah, Scooter. Yeah, but yeah, when it's over and done, it's just like everyone and their sister's brother. Well, Raz, it's a UK map. It's crowded from the start. Is it not? think that's a commonality with island nations. I don't know. I was hearing the 30th. I can check Steam here once I get back to the harvester. Simulation Farms, what's up? What is up? Well, sure, it depends. Maybe it's the 30th UTC, and therefore it's whenever your time is based on that. Maybe it's the 30th at Bethesda headquarters, wherever that is. Maybe people at Bethesda just don't have a good way of telling time. Oh, man. Because the early access graphic and the graphic for regular release is all over the place. I haven't paid attention enough, but I think it's a global launch, right? So it releases at a solitary time globally, and what time that ends up being for you obviously depends on your time zone. Kind of similar to when DLC released on Giants eShop. Well, let me check if I pull up Steam now. And we go to Starfield. I can preload right now. Bang! I've just hit preload. I wish to preload here. Preload. Do it. Yes. Starting download. What? It's only 86 gigs. Preload's only 86 gigabits. It's preloading. Rabid Rob, welcome to the show. How's it all going? It says it's going to take 20 minutes to preload. That's while I'm streaming, by the way. It's so fabulous. Apparently there's supposed to be a big day one patch. And it's quite possible the 120 was including bonus content and or was based on the based on a expansion or something. Who knows? Download I got is 80 some gigs. Oh, look, Raz. Tuki's trying to knock you down for having real internet now. $86.4. Yep, that's it. That's it. 86.42s. Uh-oh. What's going on here? There, we'll do that. Yeah, that's because I was downloading at 850 megabytes. There, I throttled my download to 500 megabit. That'll help. I was saturating my 1 gig internet internal network link to this PC. So we should hold steady at 500 megabits for the preload. Then I'll preload it on the laptop later after the stream. And thanks to Steam, right, we got Cloud Sync, so I'll be able to play it across either or. Brother Rob, we just mentioned you can preload Starfield now on Steam if you haven't already done it. Let's get on it. Let's get on it, son. Sorry we missed out. ATS. Well, I was working hard on dinner on Sunday and just was not going to work out. Hope those of you that did run with a Jolly enjoyed yourselves. Matt, good evening. Good evening to you. I think where it's hanging up is my my SSD. Honestly. I saw that video where the devs were talking about stealing sandwiches. There we go. All right, folks. We're gonna see how much barley we have available post contract. What's the contract say? Oh, 98%. Right now I have 72,000 liters of barley in the silo. We have additional 10,000 liters of barley in the production for pig food. So we have 85,000 liters of barley. Do we need more? That is the question. Cookie can never have enough. Let's go see what we end up with. We got 21,000 trees of barley in the trailer. We're going to put whatever we have down in the chickens. Right now we have 20-some thousand liters of grain down in the chicken coop. This will bolster the chickens quite well. While we're heading over there, this video is brought to you by M9 Omvich and Rambo Hacker Gaming. Thank you for being farm barons. I am not doing populars. That is for darn sure. I did them enough in FS19. Speaking of FS19, how many of you fine ladies and gentlemen are Amazon Prime customers? No need to raise your hand. No need to raise your hand. But those of you that are Amazon Prime customers, how many of you know about Prime Gaming? No need to raise your hand. You know who you are. Well, for those of you that don't know about Prime Gaming, it is a perk of the Amazon Prime service. And every week, There are more games that are available for you for FREE as a result of being a Prime member. And for the next 15 or so days, Farm Sim 19 is available free because you're an Amazon Prime customer. Redeemable from Epic Games. So if you did not have Farming Simulator 19, then go check out Amazon Prime Gaming and link your Epic Store account. If you don't have an Epic account, why not get one? Epic has games available every week for free as well. And then you can redeem for FS19 over at Epic Games if you don't already have it. Desert Ox, good evening. All right, let's keep an eye on the money so we know when we have completed this contract. It's done, son. All right, we get 13,511 liters of barley extra. Let's go ahead and complete this out. There, we got one more chance. We got 19 acres of barley. Field 24, $12,000. We could do this. It's just a little bit bigger than the field we already just did. So we'll probably have around 15,000 of barley left over. Where's the money? I'll show you where the money is. I bought a third solar array for my solar hill. So we now have 3 solar arrays, which means that we're going to be bringing, that was just 9, 18, right around $27,000 a month. Split that in 2 for 2-day months. So right around 13.5 every day in solar income on top of our existing productions. Oh, we are in the money. I thought you said where's the money, but no, we're in the money. I like the white farm map. It's small though, right? So you gotta be willing to do kind of a small gameplay. Otherwise you'll own the map and you'll be farming everything pretty quick. Top off our chickens with the extra barley. David, that's right. That's right. We just talked about that. In fact, that's what we're doing. So if you see the stream hang a little bit here and there, it's because we're preloading Starfield at the same time. So we have a pallet of wool over there and work on a second pallet. pallet of eggs and working on our second pallet. And here's our sheepy sheeps. So let's... Oh, I did not want to do that. Oh, gosh. I just exported all my bales. Yeah, it's only like 86 gigs. Ha, we say that, only 86. Right? Oh wow, I didn't realize the bale stack like went all the way to the roof. That's why I left these other bales out. Wasn't sure if fill them up. Oops. There we go. Well, you just have to work a little slower, right? That's good price, Sherry. That was the Game Pass upgrade, right? I actually think we have enough barley. I don't think we need any more. Let's move forward. Into day 2, we've got grass to cut. We got our own grass to cut. We're going to make some silage bales. Of course you've got priorities, right? I mean, who's paying for that internet? Does work reimburse you for the internet? All right, Raz, go watch yourself a movie. What movie are you gonna watch? Maybe we can... I highly recommend you watch a really awesome movie. call it Highlander. The next week you can watch Highlander 2. After all, there can be only one. See, so you pay for your internet. You choose how you use it. That's how I look at it. Let's just make sure. No, we're not missing anything. All right, let's see how much money we have after sleeping. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's no good. We didn't add anything new. Well, David, what's really nice is here in the States, for those that paid the early access version, this weekend is Labor Day here in the States. 3-day weekend for lots of folks. Cows. 29,000 liters of milk. What's our bakery doing? So our dairy, 24,000 liters of milk. How's our milk price? Pretty dang good. Dang good, but I think we can hold out a little bit longer on that. Let's go check my pigs. See if we need to sell any pigs off. Nope, we're still good on the Piggly Wigglies. Alright, we need to find our 800 series. Our 8,000 series tractor. We're not driving this through town. So our 8,000 was hooked up to the trailers. Alright, let's go. What? Oh my gosh. We'll hook those up later. Battlestar Galactica, the original series or the remix? Sci-Fi Channel remix. Oh no. Well, you could always reload tonight. Right? Just fire it up and go to bed. 2003 version. Indeed, I love that version. I like the space battles. I thought they did a really good job with the Viper space battles. They didn't fall into the standard sci-fi space battle conundrum of banking and all that, as if there was, you know, air resistance and aerodynamics into play. I think they did a really good job with the whole continuation of momentum, right? So you're flying, you can just flip, you're still flying backwards, right? You flip, then you got to burn to slow down. But you can fly, you can flip, you can shoot, you're still going that direction. Wilbur, good evening, sir. How's it all going? Raznak, thank you for your 28 months of supporting the channel. Oh, what do you think? How did you enjoy it? I thought it was deep. I thought it had lots of hidden storylines. And to be honest, some of the Cylons aren't all that bad to look at either. I watched it with the wife, and she's not a sci-fi person, and she really liked the show. So I thought it did well by not, you know, focusing or relying upon the sci-fi fan to like the show. I thought they did a really good job of kind of revealing them slowly. The Cylons that is, and how they revealed them. And sometimes the audience, you as the audience, knew before any of the show. Right, any of the characters in the show really knew. Dozer! Good evening. Good evening. We're going to be collecting all of this and wrapping them up as silage bales. I also did a silage contract the other day. I think I had 40 silage bales left over that we kept. Oh no, we'll get the true count when I get up there and see. How big is that stone picker trailer? How wide of a pickup is it? I turned stones off a long time ago. It wasn't too long after the first update when it seems like Giants changed the spawn rate of the stones. They made stones spawn a lot more in the field. And my only assumption is they did that because it made hired helpers work better. But when they did that, it was like, oh my gosh, stones are just too much at that point. I was like, been there, done that, turn them off. Oh, we can't turn that down. Can never can we ever can we ever turn this contract down. We must always take it. It's a rule. And if you think I got excited there, you're correct. I did get excited there. That's my favorite contract. That's like at least $70,000 right there. We got the Oxbow pack coming in a couple weeks. That cool grape harvester. Really cool looking grape harvester. I might be inclined to... where did I put the... Where's my windrower? I know I have one. Just don't know where it is. Oh, let's go find out. Show a map. There we go. Greg, good evening. There we go. I'll show you, Sherry, where I put my my third solar panel. Continue the agro solar setup. David's gone into 240p, basically audio only mode. There we go. We have 1, 2, 3. All tracking the sun on its southern exposure hillside. Yeah, David, I dialed my back to 100 megabit. Mostly because it's not the download that's causing me issues. I think it's the disk access. It's the writing out the disk that's, for whatever reason, causing the buffering. I wanted to put mine up there because that's where it has a nice southern exposure, and I want to have some realism to my placement. I suppose down in Australia you want a northern exposure for your solar panels. It's kind of fun how everything is upside down there. I have 2 NVMe drives, and I've got a SSD standard drive and a spinny drive. But I didn't want to put the game on my 2 NVMe's because I use one NVMe for the OS, and I'm definitely not one to put it on that. And then the second NVMe drive I use for recording and video editing. And I really didn't want to use that drive. So I'm saving it out to the SATA SSD. Yeah, it's on a SATA 2.5-inch SSD. My video editing is sped up tremendously by having the scratch disk and and rendering out the videos to the NVMe drive. Because I can get that high speed read write going on. On the laptop I have 2 NVMe's, one for the OS and then one for everything else, and I'll preload it to the second OSD or second NVMe. It's like with an epic map tour that's like an hour long. When I render that out, that's like 20 gigs, a 20 gig 4K video, and my 3080 can render that video out in probably about 20 minutes, right? But then to mux it together on a slow drive, it could take another 20 minutes just to mux it out and do the final write of the resulting MP4. But the NVMe drive, that is sped up tremendously. So, yeah. And we talk about that in the Discord. If someone was looking to get a PC, to upgrade a PC, we talked about, you know, if you go to the store, if you go to the Best Buys, you go to the big box electronic shops, and you get your sales guy. And if your sales guy doesn't ask you what you want to do with the PC, and doesn't ask you, what types of games are you into, what genre of games are you into, what resolution are you looking to play at, what other things are you going to do with the computer, then he's not selling you the computer for you. He's selling you the computer he wants to get rid of. Because he's not asking you the qualifying questions to really know what's best for you, and not the guy that comes in the door after you. Right? Because how you use a PC can vary drastically on, and since it can vary so drastically, what's good for one person's configuration isn't necessarily ideal for someone else. Right? People who are into the fast action twitchy shooters are going to want a different configuration than someone who's more into the laid back simulations, which is going to have a somewhat of a different configuration to someone that's into kind of more of an RPG style game. So I was saying, like, if the Best Buy guy doesn't ask you all those things, then really he's selling you the computer his boss told him he needed to move. Right? It's like, we've got this machine. We need to get it off the store shelves. So push that configuration. So once we get this, we're gonna do our favorite grass contract, or start work on our favorite grass contract. What maps are folks getting into these days? We had a little bit of a lull. Last week we had a lot of maps drop. A lot of maps drop last week. Wait, no, we're this way. Some really interesting maps dropped last week. The ones with the nuts and fruit. Frontier still seems to be rather popular with the role-playing community. Shelton's working on another shed. Now that he's gotten one through the mod hub. If you're making over $1 million a season or $1 million a month, you must have some massive production going on. And a pretty good grind if you didn't do contracts. Valley Springs is a nice map. It is indeed. Just glad to see that one make its way all platforms. Well, you must be doing a ton of eggs then. I mean, you're doing stones, right? And then you're making lime. So I'm sure you're selling the lime. That'll help. Delilah, good evening. Hope things are well. Hope you got your stove fixed. Right? I think you had a stove issues. So we have 23. We had 23 extra grass bales with that last contract I did. Make sure that will actually dump into the storage. Oh yeah. We've made 680 bales with that baler. Oh, well, there's got to be a bright end of the tunnel there. I like the aesthetics of the white farm. I thought it held very well, representing kind of rural small farming America. Thought the building pack was really well done. I do remember the cow barn. But we also had bale storage and like forage storage. Plus we had multiple levels. Cows on the bottom. Storage for equipment and the bales up top. Oh, well, Donald, they lied to you. They pulled a hood over your eyes. That's the man wanting to keep you down. Wanting to try to control the population. A population with no hope is the population it's easy to manage. I would say more due to budget cutbacks. The light at the end of the tunnel has been dimmed. We've installed a dimmer switch. It's currently set to the lowest level possible. Only 2 more weeks of ACC. On Sundays we have Silverstone this coming weekend, and then Spa. 90-minute Spa to close it all out in 2 weeks. All right. Come on. There we go. Schultz won on Sunday. I have to apologize. I forgot to start the stream. For the members only streams, I have to manually start. And ACC does not like if I alt tab out of the game once I go into the server. Because if I alt tab out, then I lose all force feedback. And I realized about halfway through that I didn't have the stream running. Yeah, I'd done it before, so I just obviously deleted the post and deleted the stream afterwards because, well, it never happened. I couldn't keep the car under me. I had a hard time with Wednesday practice. I just could not get the car to stay stable for any sort of duration. There is not video evidence, unless Schultz somehow recorded it. But what we do have is statistical evidence. So we have statistical evidence for sure. But I would say A lot of those passes were in the pits while we were suffering from repair damage. Like I said, I think there's lots of folks that had very unstable vehicles. Tanya, you get so the crop textures you get are based on what's built into the map. And if there's no custom texture built into the map, then you get the game default. There are other textures for various crops. They are just in different maps. There really isn't a crop texture mod that you can use. If you're on PC, there are definitely ways to change the textures out, either globally or at the map level. Tanya, I really don't keep track of which maps have what crop textures, so I'm not really going to be able to help you there. Yeah, there's definitely maps with different corn textures. I just don't remember them. For PS4, I have zero idea. I mean, I found the maps that I do know that have different corn textures. At least I knew at the time. I can't ramble them off now. They didn't look all that different. Some have a little bit more detail on the leaves and on the corn cobs themselves. But to most degree, corn is corn. I mean, what are you looking for as far as a different corn texture? I've mentioned it before with ACC. It's just I haven't felt a stable car since the tire update. Since the tire update, I haven't felt at any real point in time that the car was on a rail, as you put it. So, like double. So console maps that have, I don't know if there's any console maps that have like bailable corn stalks. So you're looking to have a different harvested ground texture for corn. That's what you're saying? I've not played on enough maps that are available on console to know. Artemis, good evening. So East Oregonian and Black Mountain, Montana. Looks like they might be ones to check out. Hopefully they work out. Helena 1980. Alright, we got that rocked and rolling. So now we can go focus on a big grass field. And I think that's a hay contract. Got a lot of hay contracts now that I put down the Silo King. I don't know if that has any bearing on that or not. limited functionality on your stove. What does it require, like a subscription? The home network, would that be like to turn it on and off? Or was it just like let you know when it's preheated, or timers? All right, one more bale. Kenneth, thank you for joining the channel. Becoming a farm hand. Thank you very much, sir, for supporting the channel. All right, now we're up to 63 grass bales fermenting. Oh, really? That's taken a bit too far, I think. Right? I like the auto off feature. I haven't really fully understood the delay start for an oven. I assume there's things that you can put in the oven that you don't mind sitting in the oven all day, but I've yet to come up with what they are. So for me, like, delay start would be something like, I've got something I want to cook in the oven, and it needs to cook in the oven for, let's say, an hour. Let's say it's a Stouffer's family-sized lasagna. That needs to cook in the oven for 70 minutes. And let's say I want it to start cooking at 4. Then you add some time for preheat and all that other fun jazz. And then you say, I want you to cut the oven off at 5:30. And then basically you get home from work and you've got yourself the cooked meal. But for that to work, you got to put the lasagna in the morning before you leave. Well, after it's sitting in the oven for nearly 8 hours, it's not frozen anymore. Nope, we gotta go this way. So, like an off timer makes sense, because you could start it manually and say, okay, end at this time. But an auto on timer, I've yet to figure out what you would actually cook. All right, let's make sure this is a hay contract. Dry with tedder and billet. Yep. All right. Tanya, we are on PC. We are a PC channel. the boss was like, why are you not getting enough work done today? You know, I did. The internet's like super slow today. I can't get anything done. In fact, I'm really not going to be able to attend any meetings because it's just not being very cooperative today. Well, Tanya, we were just having that discussion earlier. It really depends on, you know, what it's going to be used for, what types of games is he into. Obviously, he's into farm sim. What other types of things are he into? Does he already have a monitor? If so, what would the PC connect to? What resolution does it play at? Or would it run at? Or like a ham, right? Right, Delilah, like a ham. You can say, cook, turn it on and then run. Maybe you want to start cooking a ham super early in the morning. For whatever reason, because you got a lot of other stuff you need to cook in the oven too, so you want to get the ham started early. But it's not like you're going to put the ham in the oven the night before. Daniel, good evening. So is the monitor like 1080? Do you know the resolution? Is it 4K? 1080 is a rather popular resolution. All right, David, catch you later. We're going to run for about another 30 minutes ourselves, and then we're going to hang up for the evening. I got to work in the morning. We'll hopefully get this field mowed by then. So Farm Sim's not a huge pull on resources because it's capped. Typically it's capped at 60 frames on PC. I would probably be remiss to not mention a link down in the description to a partner that I have, Apex Gaming Computers. You can find that link down in the description. I'm not going to roll the ad because I don't know if the sale is still going on or not, but as of the weekend, there was a 17% sale running. The middle configuration was, and I still consider that a pretty good deal for Farm Sim for sure. But overall, Farm Sim's not a huge draw on resources. As far as general configurations, I would say if you're looking for a PC, I wouldn't get anything less than 16 gigs of RAM. I wouldn't go for anything less than a 512 NVMe hard drive, SSD hard drive at a minimum. Farm Sim's not a huge storage hog, but you know, if they like mods, then that can take up some storage. But inevitably there will be other games that they'll be interested in playing, other uses of the PC. So it's hard to go wrong with too much storage. But in general, you know, if you go shopping, if you go out to a shop, if you're here in the States, if you go to Best Buy, if you're lucky enough to live close to a micro center. I wish I lived close to a micro center. If you're lucky enough to live close to one of those, right? Excellent store. But, you know, the sales guys, sales gals are hopefully asking, you know, same types of questions. What's the PC going to be used for? What's the resolution? What types of games are they into? What other things are they into? That'll really help you kind of line some things up. So good luck with your hunt. Bushels instead of liters. There is a mod for that. I don't think there's a mod for that on console. Sadly, that's kind of the common conundrum is mod availability on console is limited compared to PC because consoles typically don't allow scripting mods and things that change a lot of the gameplay elements end up being scripts, and therefore they're excluded from being available on console. So there would be a script that runs that would do the mathematics to convert liters to bushels or pounds or lots of other calculations. But it is a common ask. It's a common want, especially for those who are looking for more realism in their gameplay. And it sounds like that's what your son's really looking for, is a more realistic gameplay. There's definitely a PC mod out there that lets you change a lot of things with respect to units of measurement. There we go. Well, I commend him for that effort for sure. And at console level, it's only, you know, you can only go so far. On the PC side, there are far more realism levels of things that are available. On this channel, we strive for realistic-ish, right? We'll go to believable realistic, but not ultra hardcore. I think last time I did this contract, I had close to 50 extra bales. That's better. We need to... what? I can't change... This thing doesn't have... I can't change steering. It's a four-wheel steer. I thought all JCBs had four-wheel steer. No wonder this thing has such a bad turning radius. I don't know, unless it's the 8000 series doesn't have it. Maybe the big one doesn't do it. Oh my gosh, I changed work modes. There we go. If you haven't seen it, we're going to get another set of wind rowing mowers with premium edition. 45 miles an hour is what this one's saying it can do. Sail. Large. It's not a configuration option. There we go. We go all the way over that tree line. Yeah, that's all we're going to do. For the next 15 minutes is mow grass. Mow grass and chat. Now, I'll tell you, if you are looking to move over to PC, you will need to also then pick up the game on PC because, of course, right, the PlayStation version doesn't transfer. Soon your best deal for picking the game up on PC will be the Premium Edition, because the Premium Edition is going to include the base game. It's going to include all of the Year 1 content, all of the Year 2 content, individually, it's about it's like $120 worth of content for $49 US over at the Giant eShop. If you get it off of Steam, you can sometimes get it for a better deal. Also, Kenneth, right now we are using a mod called Guidance Steering. Guidance Steering allows us to set a GPS course or a heading, and then basically keeps the tractor on the heading. So that is what we're using to keep the rows nice and straight. It is available over the Giants Mod Hub. So, of course, FarmingSimulator.com. It's called Guidance Steering. It is available for PC only because it is a script-based mod. We were talking a little bit about that earlier. About script-based mods being limited to PC. Yeah, it's one heck of a deal, and back when the Steam summer sale was going on, the Premium Edition was on sale. So you could get an even better price. And of course, we now know everything that's available in the Year 2 Season Pass that was announced a couple weeks ago. We got the Gouville pack. We used that earlier today in the live stream to do our stationary baling. We have a hay and forage pack. It came out June 13th. We have a horse aggravation pack that includes lots of machinery and a map. July 25th. September 19th. Just a few weeks away, the Oxbow pack. We get a new mower. We get some new slurry and manure spreading equipment as well. And then November 14th, we get the premium expansion. That's all in the year 2 season pass. Premium expansion, of course, includes a new map, carrots, parsnips, and red beets as far as crops go. Lots of machinery for planting, harvesting, and caring for those new crops. Some new productions included. New buildings to go along with the Eastern European theme of the new map. Available either individually as the premium expansion, available as a part of the year 2 season pass, available as and included in the premium edition of the game. If you're on PC and you would like to contribute, support the channel, you find eShop links to all of that stuff down in the description below. Weeds and Geezer, it's typically, I don't do a lot of root crop stuff because the yield's so great, because it's measured in liters, right? A liter of potato is probably a pretty good sized potato. One potato can be a liter capacity. So harvesting typically takes eons in a day, right? Usage for like pig food is fairly limited in how much you need. So for this map, right, we're making pig food with our pig food maker, and it requires pig food requires either potatoes or sugar beets. Well, I did a sugar beet contract. I did one sugar beet contract, and I've got a stockpile of sugar beets that were extra on the contract that I just kept. I won't have to plant sugar beets for my time on the map because of that. For potatoes, I planted 2 small fields of potatoes. My 2 smallest fields, which were 14. Well, 14 is this field right here. So this was 14 and this is 14. I planted this area in potatoes. And I have, well, here's the pile of sugar beets I've got. And here's the pile of potatoes I got off of that little field. And I'm not going to ever have to plant potatoes on this map for the amount of time that we're going to be playing on the map. So I'll be doing carrots, parsnips, and red beets when premium comes out, to use the machinery, to get the experience, to see how we could use them in game. From my understanding from Giants, they say that we'll be able to plant those 3 crops on other maps as long as you own the premium edition and or expansion. Well, the premium edition or the expansion, because, well, you don't need to buy both. So on maps that have a need for carrots, right, maybe we'll have mods that incorporate carrots into horses or into other forms of use, right? Then I could see people getting into it more. That's the thing. That's the thing. Rare crops have some highly specialized machinery. Potatoes specifically, you have to have a potato planter, potato harvester. With respect to the premium edition of carrots, you're going to have to get a hiller in order to make the hills or the little ridges in the fields after you cultivate and plow. Not in that order. Then you'll need a special planter in order to plant your carrots in the hills or ridges. You're going to need a specialized harvester to harvest those. Right? Pretty big investments. But at least with premium, it looks like we're going to have trailed versions of a lot of that stuff. Let me just bring it up. Let me bring up the mod website. Premium edition. Because we now have some images of what's included. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vehicles, 3 tractors. We have a self-propelled sprayer. We have a new pickup truck, kind of a European style unibody pickup truck. Self-propelled harvester. This is a 4-row harvester. We get a new trailer. We get that looks like a topper of some sort. This is our new planter for planting in the hills. Here we have a trailed harvester, a single row trailed harvester that's going to put our harvest into a box, into a crate. Here we have that version of that harvester that's going to offload into a trailer. Here we have a slightly larger variant. Maybe this one is going to be... Here we have a 2-row variant. This is a 1-row variant. This is 1 row that does it in a box. That one is going to offload it on a belt. We've got some new cultivators, some disc harrows, power harrows. We get a new seeder, subsoilers, sprayers, weeders, mowers. This is going to be for transporting and moving around those crates. This as well. And we get some crates, we get a nice building, and lots of other stuff. Because I did a blog post on the 17th that included a listing of all of the brands, machines, and types of machines included in the premium edition. We get some new buildings of Eastern European style. So we got lots of sheds, some farmhouses, some new factories coming. Potato processing, preserved food, a soup factory specifically are brand new. We got an Eastern European pig pasture and 2 chicken pastures as well. A lot of deco stuff. And I'm sure this building will be rather popular outside of the map. Yeah, Sherry, we've got the brewing pack. That's what we used. That's what we used, and I like using that because it makes things very affordable, right? So you can get the harvester for as low as $12,000. You'll have to pick the potatoes up off the ground, but it does lower the barrier for entry on potato planting and harvesting. That pack also includes a really cool shed. It's been designed for the for potatoes. I don't even see it here. But it has like drying tunnels that you can put up. But it's also great for other things too. Yeah, they were definitely going to have that vegetable category in the shop. I mean, we kind of already have, you know, grape, olive, cotton, sugarcane, beets, potato tech, kind of already built in there, right? Oh, I hear that underground storage mod has high capacity. It's like attached to a giant cavern. You can store insane amounts of product there. How's that shed being received after all that time it took to get up there? And I know it's frustrating because, right, you feel like the shed would have gotten received even better a month ago before some sheds that looked very similar even showed up. It's a sinkhole. We had a map come out recently that had a sinkhole sell point. I think it was even on the mod hub. Oh, it was the interior. That was it. It was the interior. Its main sell point was a giant sinkhole. Or a giant hole in the ground. Good evening, Chad. Good evening. We are actually right kind of at the end of our 2 hours. .7 is pretty darn good. So folks, as far as extra content goes, we will not be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Wednesday for the next couple weeks is still reserved for Assetto Corso Competizione practice for our Mayhem Crew League. We've got 2 more weeks to go. So 2 more Wednesdays are going to be dedicated to that. This coming Sunday afternoon, we're going to be doing a members-only live stream. If I can remember to hit the start streaming button. We're going to be racing on Silverstone. And then the following week, we're going to be doing a 90-minute race at Spawn. That's going to be the conclusion of this Season 3. We'll be back. Plan to be back Thursday evening here on Carpathian Countryside to continue our gameplay live stream chat series where we just chill and hang out. Unless a map drops, then we're going to be focusing on getting that map covered. So hope to see you all back on Thursday. If not, then keep an eye out for a possible map drop that night. get out of Florida, because here comes a hurricane. And anybody living in Florida, good luck, and I hope you all don't have, well, bad things happen. Till next time, happy farming.